As most of you may know by now, we are currently busy with a series of question and answer videos. So please feel free to send us your credit lifecycle related questions or any questions relating to our products or services. And as always, for those of you who do not know me yet, my name is Perry Diaga and I am the Head of Collections and Call Center Solutions at Principa. Today we are going to answer a question from Justin May, who asked, "Hi Perry, what are the main advantages of investing in predictive modeling, especially preferred installment models? And how would you operationalize these models to be used within a call center?" Now, you may know as part of our collections offering, we offer predictive modeling, and of these models are preferred installment models. In order to answer Justin's question, we need to approach it in two ways. 1. Is there a need for such an analytical model? And 2. How would I operationalize the outcome of such a model? Let's look at the first. Is there a need for such a model? Absolutely yes, and even more now than in the past. We all know that each customer's capabilities differ, which is why we utilize scorecards and models when customers apply for credit in order to determine risk, which directly influences the application's outcomes. Now, when we enter collections, and especially late stage and recoveries, a lot of companies still follow a blanket approach when it comes to installment negotiations. A lot of us know that many times good strategies becomes complicated as soon as it needs to be operationalized. In operations, chasing averages lowers averages. What do I mean by that? Let's take an example. By utilizing the collections cascade, I know that based on my current productivity, I require my payment installment amounts to be at least 10% of the outstanding balances. In practice, we provide a mandate to our agents to negotiate for at least 10%, but to start higher, say at 20%. Now, here comes the problem. 1. Some debtors will be able to afford 30% or higher of the outstanding amount, but agents will normally now start to negotiate at 20%. The result? The debtors will most likely make an arrangement of 20% of the outstanding balance and will most likely make a successful payment. Great! No, 10% of the outstanding balance was actually lost, in the short term at least. 2. Some debtors who cannot afford the minimum mandatory 10% will be pushed heavily by collections agents for minimum arrangement of 10%. Resulting in these debtors making an arrangement for 10%. But these debtors will most likely be the ones who default on their arrangements because they cannot afford mentioned arrangements amount. Now, we have seen that as much as 25% of defaulting debtors default due to the installment amount being more than what they can afford. So if a company utilizes the preferred installment model to guide their collectors, the yield on the current paying population would have increased with at least 5%, and the defaulting population will decrease by at least 15 to 20%. This clearly illustrates how an analytical model, such as a preferred installment model, could pay for itself within a very short period of time. Now, let's look at the second part. How would I operationalize the outcome of such a model? Most of the time, the capability to operationalize data insights or analytical outcomes becomes a very difficult exercise, not only because of the IT dependencies internally and externally, but also because of the nature of which operational requirements change over time. Today, the primary need could be an analytical settlement model. Tomorrow, analytical installment model, and in 3 months' time, speech analytics outcomes? The answer does not lie in the continued development and redevelopment of the operating system or changing operating systems, but rather in complementary solutions which can interact with different data sources, stand independent of the current operational system, and display current and future outcomes to agents without the need for complex IT dependencies. When we look at these independent solutions, we would prefer a system which combines human behavioral science, because we are working with agents or operators within a call center, with analytical insight in a non-intrusive and easy to navigate interface. So Justin, the main advantages of investing in predictive modeling will be the increase in yields as well as an increase in the paying population of your debtors book. Please send us your questions. And as always, be safe, stay safe, and see you soon.